Hey everyone, just wanted to welcome you to the cadet graduation of 2022 for Bernalillo County. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm here with Chief Ellis. He is the chief of the training department for Bernalillo County, and he is the one that orchestrated this entire event to get these cadets graduated. Chief, post-pandemic, was there any new challenges with this particular class?
COVID's always an issue. I think post-pandemic is kind of a loose term. We have had a couple people in this class that did contract COVID this class, so they had to miss some weeks. So we had to kind of work around some of those issues and catch up on training during the other times when we had a little bit of downtime. So, yeah, it was still a little bit of an issue in this class.
I completely understand that. With the future classes, and I understand that you're going to be retiring soon. Congratulations.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Thank you.
With future classes, I mean, you know and I know, we've been doing this a long time. This is the best job in the world. Anything that you can say to potential recruits that maybe want to come onto the fire department?
First off, it's a very physical job, so I encourage anybody that loves physicality to come and participate. We'll host clinics and do some training. We have a training for some interns that is coming up here pretty soon, and people can reach out to us and ask questions, learn about the job, and see what it takes to become what we call a tactical athlete. So.
A tactical athlete, I like that. Yeah. Any words for these cadets? They've certainly earned it. This was a long, grueling cadet class, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. Any words that you want to express to them that would help them for the remainder of their career?
Absolutely. Yesterday we did a little ceremony, and I talked to them about this being the first step. This is the end of the academy, but it's the first step in their career, and it's just a ladder that keeps going up. You started 20 years ago, and we've both promoted up through the ranks in various forms, and I told them education doesn't stop. Continue to better themselves, continue to take advantage of any courses or training or anything that they can get their hands on. So
that is some very solid advice, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, you're learning every day. Even 20 years on, I'm still learning.
Yes, sir.
So very sound advice. I want to wish these cadets the best of luck and the happiest of careers, and thank you for tuning in, and please stand by for the cadet graduation.
At this time, I'd like to introduce the class of 2022-1 and the instructors. Class, come on in. At this time, if you all would rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
Faced in the coming days. Pray that you'd give them calm minds and peaceful hearts, and that as they deal with the challenges and they face the work, that you would give them the ability to even ask for help when needed. We pray that you would lead them on the right path and protect them as they protect our community. And we pray these things in your mighty name. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Pittman. You may be seated. So once again, my name is Josh Ellis, and I'm the Division Chief of Training here at Bernalillo County Fire. I'd like to welcome you to the graduation. First, I'd like to introduce some of the folks that are up here on stage with me. First up, we have Commissioner Piscotti from the Bernalillo County Board of Commissions. We have the Honorable Judge Jason Jaramillo. We have Deputy Chief Lardy, Zach Lardy. And I'll let Chief Lardy introduce our keynote speaker later on, but Rob Arrieta. I'd like to thank you all for your support and thank you for being here. Also like to thank the County Board of Commissions, who the other ones couldn't be here either, and the County Manager, Julie Morgus Baca, she was unable to attend tonight as well. Also, Chief Greg Perez, he unfortunately came down with COVID 2 days ago and wasn't able to be here either, so I'd like to thank him for his support of the Training Academy as well, so thank you, folks. Couple other recognitions before we get started. I'd like to thank the division chiefs that are here in the audience today. Chief Danny Valenzuela in the front row. Chief Robert Gallegos. I'd also like to thank all of our assistant instructors. If there's anybody in the crowd that helped out during this academy, I'd like to thank you guys. If you would stand and be recognized. I don't know if there's anybody out there, but just in case there is, I'd like to thank those folks. Any uniform members in the crowd, please stand and be recognized. And also, I'd like to thank the Bernalillo County Firefighters Retirees Association. I think they're in the second to back row back here. Thank you guys for your support and being here. Thank you. So these guys sitting to my left over here, guys and gals, have just completed 20 weeks of training, 20 weeks of intense training. And actually this goes back even further than that, back to about October of last year, where they tested and went through a pretty grueling testing process to get hired on. It's not easy to get into the department. It's a pretty physical test, and I think we lose about 50% of our applicants. And this class in particular, We started with, I think, 21, lost a few in the first couple weeks, and then replaced them with other people that came in. And then throughout the last 20 weeks, we've lost about 11 people out of this class. So these 12 folks that are sitting before you are the ones that have made it through. They've persevered, and they've showed determination to get to this point today. So let's give them another round of applause. I know myself and the other instructors are very proud of them, so cadets, enjoy this night. It's for you. At this time, I'd like to invite Commissioner Piscotti to the podium to say a few words. Commissioner?
Well, thank you so much, and thank you all for being here, and again, to our cadets who are graduating tonight. Thank you for all the effort you put into this. I have seen some of the training you go through, and I know it's tough. You have to prepare every single day and work your hardest, and so I'm so proud of you. My district includes the East Mountains, so if you're out there, you're gonna get a real workout out there too. So thank you. I just want to say how honored I am to be here. I am in my 4th year as a commissioner, and I have really watched Bernalillo County Fire Department and watched them train and grow and expand and develop their skills, and it's so impressive. I am so honored to be a commissioner and to see these wonderful, wonderful people put their whole heart and soul and their body into it every single day. So I hope that, I know you're here, your family, your loved ones. I know that you will support our new firefighters and really just help them develop to the best they can be. They're at their best right now, but I know they're going to get even better on the job. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for supporting them during their training, and thank you as you support them as they go on in the real world, because I know there's a lot of work out there, especially now. So thank you again, everybody.
Thank you, Commissioner Piscotti. Now at this time, I'd like to recognize the gentleman sitting in the back row behind me here. These 4 gentlemen are basically the heart and soul of the training division. They're the ones that have helped shape and mold these 12 individuals into a firefighter that is ready to go to work at Bernalillo County and meet our standards. So with that, I'd like to introduce Captain Isaac Cisneros. Lieutenant Matt King. Lieutenant Vince Nodal. And Engineer Michael Salazar. Gentlemen, thank you so much for all your hard work. I really and truly appreciate everything that you've done. And I couldn't have asked for a better staff in the training division. These guys are outstanding and one of the top-notch instructors in the state. So thank you, gentlemen, very much. I'd also like to thank one other individual. I believe he's in the crowd there, Mr. Mike Espinoza. If you would stand and be recognized. Mike is my administrative assistant, our administrative assistant, and he goes above and beyond every day to help us out, taking pictures, setting up the afterwards reception, taking care of all of our paperwork, keeping us in line, and helping us out whenever he can. So Mike, thank you very much. We really appreciate you. Next, I'd like to invite Chief Lardy to the podium. Chief Lardy.
Thank you, Chief Ellis. So first, I'd like to start by thanking the Training Academy staff again and especially Chief Ellis. What you might not know is that this will most likely, unless something drastically changes, be his last training academy that he'll put through. He is about to retire. He's provided 20 years of dedicated service to our community in capacities all over this fire department. And I think it's really fitting that he finishes his career with bringing on a new set of cadets that will carry on the legacy that he's established in this organization. So Chief Ellis, thank you for your service.
Thank you, Chief.
So if you're sitting in this room, you probably have some kind of idea what these cadets have been through over the last 20 weeks. And I would venture to say that there were times where they had some fun throughout this process, but it was a lot of work. They've been trained to deal with basically the absolute worst possible situations that we can think of in society, and to rise to that occasion without question every time. We're confident that they'll do that when called over the next several weeks and years as their career progresses. We're confident in that because of the dedication of the training staff and their dedication to this process, this training process that we know works well, that we know is tried and true and is proven over time to produce the quality of firefighter that Bernalillo County Fire and Rescue knows that we all should be. We know that this group of 12 individuals in front of you exemplify the traits of a Bernalillo County firefighter. We know that they enshrine the morals of honor, duty, and respect. And we know that they are going to serve this community with the level of professionalism that we expect from a Bernalillo County firefighter. Again, we know that because we've been through this before. And we know that this group has risen to that occasion just the way so many have before them. And we know that we're leaving this organization in good hands when we leave it with them, because likely you see somewhere here on the stage a leader. You see chief officers years down the road. That's what they will become. They will become the future of this fire department. So today, it's my honor to introduce the keynote speaker. He has over 18 years of experience in the fire service locally. During his career, he's had the privilege to be there for the community in its time of need. No greater honor exists in our profession, the profession that you all have chosen and the one on which you're about to embark. He's experienced some incredible joy, but he's also experienced some of the difficulty, and that's what he's going to talk to you about today. Some of the challenges that you're about to encounter as you meet the community in its time of need. As part of his journey, he founded a local nonprofit dedicated to raising awareness for other first responders in the hopes that you will be better prepared and have the resources available to you to support you throughout your career. He's also served as a peer support director for Next Rung, a national nonprofit focused on first responders. Please help me welcome my friend and founder of Skulls for Hope, Robert Arieta.
Hello. Hey, everybody. That was a great introduction. I also need to take a second. Alec, if you want to stand up real quick. Alec insisted that I give him a shout out, so we're giving you a shout out. Alec was my Alec was my paramedic intern. So if he does a great job, it's because of me. If he does a horrible job, it's because he was with Superior. So, but no, it was an honor to work with him. It's an honor to be here. As Chief Lardy said, My name is Robert Arieta. I'm a lieutenant with Albuquerque Fire Rescue. I've been doing this a total of about 19 years. And I think it's necessary, for one, to start by telling you all what you're doing and what you're going to be doing is an honor. We're blessed to be able to be a part of this community and to be there in people's worst moments. But what we don't focus on enough for each other is the mental health aspect of that. Day in and day out, you're going to respond to calls on people's worst day. You're going to respond to people that lose family members, that lose their children, and nothing can prepare you. No classroom, no academy prepares you to see the things you see and hear the things you hear. It sounds bad, but it's really a blessing in my mind to be able to be with those people in those moments. I didn't always feel that way, and unfortunately my journey dictated that. I kind of made a lot of mistakes in this career. I became an alcoholic. I had an issue with just dealing with my emotions. I hurt people that shouldn't have been hurt, and none of it had to do with our job. None of it had to do with what we were doing. It was how I chose to self-medicate. It was how I chose to respond to those calls. So what we're trying to do as an administration, what we're trying to do as a community, as a department, and I know from speaking to Chief Lardy and others that there's a lot of resources here, so you don't have to go down that path. You don't have to make the mistakes that I've made or others have made. You have the ability to reach out for help. Your administration will be here for you. Your officers will do an amazing job of making sure you're okay. The big thing that I love to see is looking at all your faces. You're going to be the change. You're going to be the ones that as you go throughout your career, you're going to grow more and more, and you're going to speak up. You're going to let them know you're not okay. Speaking to the families, when they come home, when they start acting different, or there's just something that's not right, feel free to ask them. We get taught unintentionally to not speak about our calls. And when we don't speak about our calls and we keep them in, when we try to be normal, it doesn't work. Nobody is hardwired to see a child pass away. Nobody's hardwired to see somebody commit suicide or a horrible accident and just be fine, and just go home and be fine. So it's our job as first responders to tell our families that we're not okay. It's the family's job to understand that while we may not share details, we're sharing with you that we're not okay. And all we need sometimes is someone to listen or a hug. When you're not okay, my hope is to plant a seed that if you need help, through your administration, through Next Rung, if you need a counselor, I urge you to plant that seed now when you feel completely okay and you haven't had those issues come up, because when they do, you're going to have a foundation to take care of your mental health and to take care of each other and to take care of your families. I really can't stress enough that we have to all do this together, that this job is an honor. The horrible calls, my worst call that I ever had, I had a little girl that drowned that was the same age and size as my son. Up to that point in my career, I had seen death pretty regularly. Stabbings, shootings, car accidents, cardiac events, but it was all adults, and it all made sense to me. It was kind of what I signed up for. This little girl kind of changed everything. It was the start of my mental health journey. It was my diagnosis of PTSD, of depression, of anxiety, which, just so you know, it's a diagnosis. It doesn't define you. It helps you to understand what you're going through, but you learn from it, and you can become better from it. That little girl is my why. She's why I founded Skulls for Hope. She's why I try to advocate in her memory. And to know that you lose somebody that you didn't even know, and that she becomes your biggest push to make this mental health change, I urge you, for those of you out here that are currently doing the job, for those of you that are going to do the job, find your why. Understand that this job is a blessing, that it's an honor to be able to do what we do for the people that we do. And we're supposed to be in those moments. The moment I responded to that call, I was supposed to be there for her. And I'm blessed to have been there for her. I couldn't tell you that 5 years ago. I can resolutely tell you that now. Anybody? I know for a fact your department is very good about offering support for you. They're also going to offer you support through Next Rung If you have any questions about Next Rung or Skulls for Hope, you're always free to contact me, and I'll let you know as much as I can. Just understand, it's okay to not be okay, and you're not alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob. That was awesome. Thank you very much. All right. Now we get into the fun stuff. At this time, I would like to invite the Honorable Judge Jason Jaramillo to administer the oath of office. Class, 10 Hood.
Cadets, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America and that of the State of New Mexico, that I will obey the laws, ordinances, and rules and regulations of the County of Bernalillo, familiarize myself with and be obedient to the policies and procedures, standard operating guidelines, directives and orders of the Bernalillo County Fire Department, and faithfully serve the County of Bernalillo in the discharge of my duties as a firefighter to the best of my knowledge and ability. So help me God. On behalf of my court, I want to congratulate you for joining in service to this community, and thank you for inviting me to be part of your day.
Thank you, Your Honor. This time, I'd like to have the cadets exit the stage, line up, and prepare for the pinning of badges. Family members that'll be doing the pinning, they'll be exiting out this door to my left over here, and I'll call their names, and you guys will escort them onto the stage one by one, and we'll get you to pin their badges on them. First up, Danny Arana. Firefighter Arana is being pinned by his daughter Maya. Firefighter Arana will be reporting to Station 40 on A shift with Lieutenant Anthony Jaramillo. Alec Batts. Paramedic Batts is being pinned by fellow firefighter from last year's class, Aaron Blogg, and he will be reporting to Station 36 on B shift with Lieutenant James Opal. David Chavez. Firefighter Chavez is being pinned by his son, Tianzin, and his wife, Swin Chavez. Firefighter Chavez will be reporting to Station 31 on B shift with Captain Colby Blaukamp. Corey Garcia. Paramedic Garcia is being pinned by his mother, Jenny Garcia, and he will be reporting to Station 38 on B shift with Captain Percy Ortiz. Jacob Gonzalez. Firefighter Gonzalez is being pinned by his father, David Gonzalez, who is also a Bernalillo County Fire employee. And he will be reporting to Station 32 on B shift with Lieutenant Isaac Rowe. Good job, buddy. Nathaniel Gutierrez. Firefighter Gutierrez is being pinned by his father, Esteban, and he will be reporting to Station 33 on A shift with Lieutenant Jeremiah Jensen Fisher. Isaac Herrera. Firefighter Herrera is being pinned by his wife Tammy and his son James Nunez. He will be reporting with Lieutenant Damian Gonzalez. Kenneth Hobbs. Firefighter Hobbs is being pinned by his mother, Joanna Santangelo, and he will be reporting to Station 40 on C shift. Vince Manuel. That's not right. It's Jake. Lucas Mandeville. Firefighter Mandeville is being pinned by his father, Captain Chris Mandeville of the Rio Rancho Fire Department, his grandfather, Rusty Vigil. He will be reporting to Station 33 on C shift with Captain Nick Lyon. Jamie Montoya. Firefighter Montoya is being pinned by her parents, Lily and Andrew Montoya, and she will be reporting to Station 33 on B shift with Lieutenant Carlos Castro. Joshua Quintana. Firefighter Quintana is being pinned by his father, Frank Quintana, who is a retired driver and fire inspector for Albuquerque Fire and Rescue. He will be reporting to Station 34 on C shift with Captain Jeremy Bird.